What's going on, guys? It's been a minute since I've made my last video. In today's video, I want to share with you the cost of running a junk removal business, what it costs me to run month to month before I can actually start making profit. The thing is, with all these videos online, everyone's saying, they're making 50K a month, 100K a month, 30K a month. Yes, that's great. How many trucks are you running? How many locations do you have? How many employees do you have? The thing with junk removal and a lot of businesses, there is a lot of overhead. The more you add trucks, employees, etc., your margins get thinner and thinner, because obviously it's still good because you're turning it into a real business, something that can operate when you're not in it and not running it. You could basically take days off and it will still make you money. And that is the goal of any business. You don't want to be working in your business. You want to be working on your business. But the thing is, a lot of people aren't being totally transparent with you on YouTube. So I'm going to go over my numbers today, what I spend, and I am a hyper lean junk removal company. I'm just a one-man crew. Well, I just have a one-truck crew. I have a couple, multiple guys that help me out and work for me. I'm not, some of these companies that have, 3, 4, 5 trucks. I haven't scaled to that level. Honestly, where I am with the overhead, to have everything all above board, have my guys insured, the CPP, WSIB, crazy fees, and junk removal isn't a recurring business. So to bring on that type of overhead, not knowing that you have enough work to supply 5 trucks every month, that's a lot to take on. And then obviously you're responsible for your guys. You want to make sure you give them 40 hours a week. I don't want to do that to my guys. I don't tell my guys I'm giving them 40 hours a week, other than my couple guys I have working for me. But anyways, nonetheless, the first expense that I have every month is Google Ads. Typically, most months I watch my budget. Again, it performs well, but I do notice if it hasn't been using my budget getting towards the end of the month, it will automatically just start, auto-populating clicks, running my costs up, basically just trying to spend my budget before the end of the month. Because how it works is every 30 days, there's a certain threshold, $750. As soon as it hits $750, whether it hits that in 2 weeks, it will take the payment, or in 30 days, say you don't spend that $750, and say you've only spent $500, then it will just automatically take the payment right from that. Typically, every month, I spend about $750 on ads. I try not to go over that. I can go over that because my ads are profitable, but I am trying to run lean. And then that's going to be expense number one. Into my next expense, it's going to be my business insurance. This is very cheap. This is 2 million liability. If you want to get 5 million liability, it's like maybe an extra 20 or 30 bucks a month on top. Crazy. I use the Cooperators Group. It is $100 a month is what I pay for that. So far, I'm about $850 a month. Next expense, I do have a truck. It's not anything crazy new. It's not no 2026, no 2025. 16 F250. My truck payment on that, $500 a month. So it's pretty cheap, reasonable. I really believe in trying to keep your expenses as lean as possible, because it's going to be more profit. And like I said, you don't want to be spending money before you make it. Too many people in this world, they live off credit, they live off debt, and you can live like that. But I just find with the interest and the juice you're paying, kill you, especially if you have slow months and you got crazy, a truck payment like $1,500 a month or something like that. And then on top of all that, you have all your other bills. That stuff right there, that stuff's going to bury you, especially when you have a slow month. You don't want to have that. So those are the obvious ones. The next ones is going to be my other marketing. I spend about $500 a month on Facebook. It's just kind of boosting posts, just kind of, getting organic reach. I find Facebook doesn't bring me in a whole lot of jobs. There's just a lot of tire kickers. You get a lot of messages, but a lot of them don't really convert. I do try to follow up on some of them. I know I need to do more of a follow-up. The thing is with Facebook, a lot of those customers aren't ready to buy right away. They're basically just getting information. So there's $500 there is what I'm spending a month on Facebook. That's my cap, because honestly, like I said, the return, I do make money on it, but it's not as big of a return as Google. Now, the next thing is I do have a spot where I keep my trailers. I pay $200 a month for that landing. That landing is great. Keep both my trailers there. It's not far away. Where I live in town, it's a subdivision. There's not enough space in my driveway for the trailers. They're pretty large. They're pretty massive. They're 16 feet long trailers. And I've had a lot of my neighbors complaining. And also over the last couple of years, they've put sidewalks in. So I can't actually fit my trailers in my driveway anymore without getting tickets every day. So I pay for that. Basically all in, you're looking around like just under $2,000 before I actually start paying my real bills, my rent where I am and all my own personal expenses. So $2,000, give or take, within a couple $100, isn't that bad for the business for junk removal. Say you charge $700 a full load for junk removal. You only need 2.5 full loads a month to basically break even on that. And then everything else is profit. Another thing is with the dump fees, basically, like I said, you want your dump fee to be no more than 20%, and 20% is honestly high. I try to keep it around 10 to 15% dump fee of whatever the price of the job is. That way it's a good margin. There's enough margin for me to pay my labor, pay my expenses for my marketing, and then also I take a little profit. And then I also have to pay Uncle Doug and Uncle Justin, give the money to our lovely government. Anyways, this is just a quick video today. I want to go over the numbers and share with you some of the stuff. I'm going to be trying to do more raw videos like this going forward, which is something I enjoy, less work. And I just feel like I can be more authentic and straight up with you. Let me know in the comments if there's any videos or any things you want me to discuss or talk about, or things, that you're facing with your business or starting with your business, just any questions in general. I'm more than happy to speak on it, on my experience with it. We'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.